What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the podversation.
Shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this shit.
So what's up, guys? Listen, when I tell you this is Hotel Arion's baby wipe Holt right now in the living room with Arion, the forever side piece right now, because Melody is not playing games. She has a great legal team that is representing her, and I'm really happy about it, because when it comes to a lot of these southern courts, a lot of times these judges, they can be extremely patriarchal. They could be extremely ridiculous when it comes to a lot of the things that they will allow and rule in favor of when it comes to the man being the father, and really discount a lot of things that they should really be considering. So we know that Hotel, he filed this ridiculous claim against Melody and just was saying a lot of ridiculous things in it, which, like, let me just speak about that for a moment. The audacity of this ninja to talk about how allegedly, but he's claiming it was facts, right? But I'm saying how he was speaking in this filing about something that the children saw that extremely hurt them and caused them to be whatever. I mean, it was just stupid. This being the person who continuously stepped out on his former wife, the mother of those 4 children, continuously stepped out on her, put her life in danger, because let's be clear, and I've spoken about this over and over again. I don't know why people don't talk about this more. When people are being like that, you're putting that other person's life in danger. Do you know how many STDs there are out there? And anyone that's being sneaky like that, they're not practicing quote unquote safe sex, okay? So it's none of our business. But we really don't know if she ever suffered anything like that. But if you remember the scene from the movie Baby Boy, yeah, we know it's a movie, but a lot of those things are based off of real life situations. When the character, which, forgive me, I don't remember her name right now because early as I'm recording this, when she was talking to Tyrese and talking about, now I'm going to get another free trip to the free clinic. Do you know how many people go through that type of stuff? It's humiliating, it's embarrassing, it's dangerous. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people who have gotten stuff that they cannot get rid of, because a lot of those STDs are not curable. So for him to have the nerve continuously stepping out on her, created multiple children, but one so far had received, the opportunity to breathe on this side of life, having another child outside of the marriage while he was married, and he had the nerve to have some court filings filed talking about how her security guard is really her boyfriend and he's married to somebody else, and the minor children saw her kissing him and it really upset them that she was kissing a married man. And I said, no, this nigga did not. I'm sorry, I had to go there. I was like, no, he did not say that. But being the person that he is, yeah, he did. So the ridiculousness of that all, she had a motion filed, a motion to strike. And the motion to strike was granted, okay? So the motion to strike said, comes now the plaintiff, Melody S. Rogers, in parentheses, Holt, by and through her undersigned attorney of record, and files this. Her motion to strike the defendant's first amended counterclaim and petition for rule nisi and in support thereof states as follows, that on or around September 26, 2024, the defendant filed a first amended counterclaim and petition for rule nisi. In his petition, the defendant refers to evidence, contents in photos, and text messages. Such reference has now been entered into the record absent proper evidentiary procedure. So basically, they're saying, yeah, these so-called records have been entered into the record, but there has not been an opportunity for those items to be reviewed to see if they're even real. Number 4, the defendant's petition contains multiple paragraphs of self-serving testimony, indeed, and narratives, inadmissible hearsay, and opinions formed by the defendant which he is not qualified to testify to. Pretty much that's saying, yeah, he put a bunch of stuff in there that's just absolute lies, fiction, figments of his imagination, and stuff that he wants to deem to be true that actually are not. Number 5, the plaintiff would aver that the defendant is attempting testify without laying the proper foundation or authenticating the evidence. Again, this so-called evidence that was entered, we didn't get the opportunity to review it, and it absolutely is not even real because we know his MO. That's one of the reasons why he was arrested, he was convicted, he received a suspended sentence and probation, and he is appealing it. Why? Because in that sentence, he was required to stay away from her for a period of at least a year, I believe, and we know that he cannot take it. It's just ridiculous. The Rule 12F provides that the court may order stricken from any pleading, any insufficient defense, or any redundant, immaterial, impertinent, or scandalous material. Bravo. Amen to that. And that the defendant's first amended counterclaim and petition for rule nisi filed are due to be stricken from the record under Rule 12F. Wherefore, premises considered, the plaintiff respectfully requests that this honorable court enter an order striking the defendant's first amended counterclaim and petition for rule nisi and directing the clerk to remove said document from the record. So listen, I am absolutely applauding that this was, 1, filed, and 2, it was granted, because the fact of the matter is all of this stuff is just his continued attempts to try to disparage her character. I don't understand, and I never will understand how anybody could be so hateful of someone that they were married to for all of those years and had 4 children with. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going back over those old episodes of this show, because I'm like astounded that to this day, after all these years that she said, I don't want you no more, you're for the streets, I'm going to go ahead, bag you up in a hefty bag, put you in the curb, and if somebody wants to make my trash and try to make it their treasure, then they can go ahead, but I don't want you no more. That she's still having to deal with this bullcrap. It's ridiculous. So according to Urban Bell Mag, Love and Marriage Huntsville star melodyshari Rogers secures another victory in her long-standing custody battle with ex-husband Martell Holt. As previously reported, Martell Holt was ordered by the Alabama judge to receive a psychological evaluation immediately, attend family counseling sessions with his kids, and pay melodyshari's attorney's fees. Martell has until their next court hearing to comply with the order not to lose custody and visitation rights. Yeah, and he's going to lose it. I speak that. I decree it and declare it. Despite this order, it appears Martell is still woefully disobeying orders, which is what he does. Instead, he filed his motion disregarding the order and wanted the courts to hear allegations of misbehavior on melodyshari's part and to hold her in contempt of the court. According to Urban Bell, these documents were filed on September 26, 2024. His claims included the following allegations. Melody allows the children to visit and stay with her mother, Vanessa Tracy, without giving him the first right of refusal. Melody won't give Martell's... This is so stupid. Melody won't give Martell her mother's contact information. Claims Melody allowed their two oldest children to drive her motor vehicle. Melody uses corporal punishment on their youngest daughter, lies, and claims Melody has a romantic relationship with her security personnel who is allegedly married. First and foremost, not even first, but let's just say that was true, which I don't believe that, but let's just say that was true. Is there any court pleading that was filed where the courts ruled that she is not allowed to have a relationship with her security personnel? And if she does, they have to be single. Like, I'm just saying this just for the sake of this even being put in the pleading. I don't know what attorney is representing him, but the fact that that was even put in a pleading is just absolutely ridiculous. I haven't been in the legal field in a long time. I was in the legal field for 12 years. And even when I was, I did not work in a law, or I didn't work for an attorney, I should say, that was doing family law. It was mainly employment and labor law, medical malpractice, workers' compensation on behalf of the defendant. So we represented the insurance companies and the employers. Yeah, we did. That was years ago. And, a few other things. But I don't believe I've ever heard in all of my years any attorney that would even file something like that. That's just insane. And then, albeit, he has his children around what the attorney that filed Melody's paperwork for her put the word paramour, but I'm going to say his dirty whore. He has his children around that. And Melody hasn't come at him for that. It was mentioned, but it wasn't that she was trying to have him lose anything because he has their children around that person. But she did mention that this person has done some things and said some things that does not allow me to feel that my children are safe when they are around her, and rightfully so. But not just being petty to say, well, I don't want my kids around her. No. But to have him file something like that, I just was like, see, this is the type of stuff that makes people really despise him. So Melody and her legal team filed motions in response to the allegations. And according to court documents filed on October 1st, Melody requested that the court change their hearing from October 16th to December 2nd. This is because Martell's ongoing appeal hearing is scheduled for December 2nd. This prevents any action on him in the custody case. As previously reported, he was found guilty of DV, harassing communications. She also filed a separate motion asking his counterclaim to be thrown out of court. Melody and her attorneys claim he does not have the evidence to substantiate the claims he made in the counterclaim. And while the judge has yet to rule on throwing out the counterclaim, the judge did rule to move their court date until after the appeal hearing is granted. So listen, it's the only reason why they didn't throw it out immediately is because a lot of times they won't just immediately do something like that. And again, a lot of these judges are patriarchal, so they'll allow it to have a little bit of some leeway, but he's already lost. She's already got the victory. He's nothing but a loser. And that's why he's swinging at the air and he's about to lose it, because he has lost pretty much everything that meant anything in terms of the image that he was trying to portray all of these years. When I look at this first season and these episodes and him wearing the suits and these fancy neckties that she was helping to tie around his neck, which she really should have tighten it a whole lot more. Not saying that she should have strangled him, but it's just like the audacity and the nerve of this ninja to continuously try to disparage her character in these court documents, saying that she's having a relationship with a married man. He still is trying it. He's still trying it. And then to do something like that, even though I don't believe that to be true, but this is the gain and the attempt and the goal, I should say, to put those rumors out there to cause people to start thinking and casting doubt and whatever, because he probably doesn't like the security guard because this person has way more access to her than he does, and he's mad about it. And so to cause a problem in that person's household, to make that person's wife think that maybe something is going on. You know, that's how that type of stuff works. And that's why the Bible says that he hates people who sow discord amongst the brethren, because that's exactly what the attempt at him doing stuff like that is, to try to sow discord in that person's household, to make that person's wife think that they got something going on with Melody, and to put that air of suspicion out there with people, not that our opinions even matter, but just for the general public, to make her look like she is who he has been trying to proclaim her to be all of this time. It's just absolutely disgusting. But you let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.
Inside all this tension,